You understand every word. You read English easily. You watch videos and know exactly what people are saying. But the moment someone asks you a simple question in English, your mind goes blank. Your mouth won't move. You start thinking in your own language, searching for the right words, and by the time you find them, the moment is gone. You feel embarrassed. You feel stuck between knowing and speaking, like two different people living inside you. You've felt this 100 times. Maybe you've told yourself, I just need a teacher, I need a class, I need someone to fix me. But here's the truth no one told you. You don't need a teacher. You don't even need thousands of words. You need only 500, the right 500, and a simple method you can practice completely on your own starting today. It sounds too simple to be true, but in the next few minutes, you'll see exactly how this works, step by step, and why it's more powerful than any classroom you've ever sat in. Before we get there though, there's one old lie you've believed for too long, and you need to let it go first. Somewhere along the way, you were taught something false, that fluency is a gift someone else gives you. A teacher corrects you, a class trains you, a course unlocks you. So you wait. You wait for money, for time, for the right program, believing that speaking English is something that happens to you, not something you build yourself. But think about every confident English speaker you've ever admired, the ones who learned it on their own, through movies, through conversations, through mistakes. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for a perfect teacher to appear. They opened their mouths and spoke badly, again and again, until badly became better, and better became fluent. Fluency was never handed to them. They built it, one imperfect sentence at a time. And that means the same door is open for you, right now, with no classroom required. Say this to yourself: I don't need a teacher, I need a method. That single shift removes the excuse that's been quietly stopping you for months, maybe years. But if no teacher is guiding you, what replaces the correction and feedback a teacher normally gives? That question matters, and the answer starts with fixing a mistake almost every learner makes. Here's something that might surprise you. The more rare words you memorize, the more you might actually freeze. It sounds backwards, but it's true. Most learners believe fluency means having a huge vocabulary, thousands of words ready to use. So they memorize long lists, hoping more words will make them sound smarter, more advanced, more fluent. But speaking isn't a vocabulary test. It's a real-time skill. And when your brain is holding hundreds of rare, half-remembered words, it doesn't speak faster. It hesitates. It searches. It pauses mid-sentence, digging for the perfect word, instead of simply using one it already knows well. That pause, that awkward silence you feel during conversations, isn't a sign that you don't know English. It's a sign that you're reaching for the wrong words at the wrong moment. Fluent speakers don't use thousands of words in daily conversation. They use a small, familiar core, again and again, with total confidence. That's the real secret, not size, repetition. So if it's not your fault for freezing, and it's not about learning more, the real question becomes simple. Which words actually deserve your attention? Not all 500 words are equally important. A small group of them is doing almost all the work. And once you see which ones, everything gets lighter. Imagine if most of your daily conversations only needed a small, familiar set of words. Words you already know. That's not a dream. That's how real spoken English actually works. A small group of high-frequency words, simple verbs like go, want, need, think, common connectors like and, but, because, and everyday nouns like time, people, work, carries almost every conversation you'll ever have. You don't need to memorize a long list. Instead, use a simple filter. Ask yourself, will I actually say this in real life? If a word helps you talk about your day, your feelings, your plans, or your needs, it's valuable. If it only appears in formal essays or rare situations, let it go for now. This single shift changes everything. Suddenly, learning English doesn't feel like climbing an endless mountain of vocabulary. It feels like mastering a small, powerful toolbox you can use every single day. You might be realizing something uncomfortable right now. You've spent so much time studying the wrong 90% while ignoring the small, essential words that actually build conversations. That's not a failure. That's just information you didn't have until now. But knowing the right words isn't the same as being able to say them instantly, under pressure, in real time. So why do even familiar words sometimes freeze in your throat? That answer is coming next, and it explains almost everything. Have you ever noticed something strange? You understand a question instantly, but your answer comes out slowly, delayed, like it's traveling a long distance before reaching your mouth. That delay has a name: translation lag. Here's what's really happening. When someone speaks to you in English, your brain doesn't answer in English right away. Instead, it quietly translates the question into your native language first, forms your answer in that language, and then translates it back into English before you speak. That entire hidden process takes time, and that time feels like freezing, like forgetting, like failure. But it isn't. It's just an extra step your brain has learned to take. This is exactly why flashcards and word lists, the methods you were told to trust, often make things worse instead of better. When you memorize a word by pairing it with its translation, you're training your brain to always pass through your native language first. You're strengthening the very habit that's slowing you down. That's why you can understand instantly, yet speak so slowly. It was never about intelligence. It was about training the wrong pathway. So if translation is the real block standing between understanding and speaking, the next question becomes urgent. How do you train your brain to skip that step completely, without a teacher standing beside you, correcting every sentence? The answer is simpler and more physical than you might expect. Here's the method that changes everything, and you can start it today alone, with no app and no class. It's called the loop, and it works in 3 simple steps. Hear it, say it out loud, use it in a sentence about your own life. Let's break this down. First, you hear a word. From a video, a song, a conversation, anywhere. Second, instead of just recognizing it silently, you say it out loud, clearly, using your own voice. This step matters more than you think, because speaking is a physical skill, not just a mental one. Your mouth needs practice moving, just like your legs need practice walking. Third, you use that word in a sentence about your real life, not a textbook example, but something true to you. If the word is tired, you might say, I am tired today because I worked a lot. If the word is want, you might say, I want to speak English better. Do you see what just happened? You never translated. You never paused to convert the sentence from your language into English. You heard it, spoke it, and personalized it, all in English, all in one smooth motion. That's exactly how the loop bypasses translation lag completely. It never gives your brain the chance to take that hidden detour. This isn't complicated. 10 minutes a day, using the same small set of words, repeating this loop, is enough to start rewiring how your brain accesses English. No teacher required, no classroom required, just you, your voice, and a few honest minutes each day. For the first time, you have something real to do, something small enough to actually finish and powerful enough to actually work. But repeating single words alone won't build full conversations. So how do these words multiply into real, natural sentences? That's the next piece of the puzzle. Here's something most learners never realize. You don't need to memorize thousands of sentences. You need a small handful of patterns you can reuse again and again, filling them with different words depending on the moment. Think of these patterns as a skeleton, and your 500 words as the flesh that brings each sentence to life. Patterns like, I want to, can you, I think that, I need to, is it possible to? These simple frames can hold almost any idea you want to express. Once you know one pattern well, you don't need a new grammar rule for every new sentence. You simply change the ending. I want to speak English. I want to learn faster. I want to feel confident. Same skeleton, different meaning. Endless possibilities, and no new grammar required. This is the part that surprises people most. Fluency doesn't come from knowing more grammar rules. It comes from repeating a small number of patterns until they become automatic. Until you don't even think about the structure anymore. It just comes out naturally, the way it does in your native language. Suddenly, the task in front of you feels much smaller. You're not building thousands of sentences from nothing. You're taking a few strong patterns and reusing them again and again in new situations with new words from your core 500. This is how real conversations are built. Not from memorizing everything, but from repeating a little wisely. But even with the right words and the right patterns in place, something else can still stop you the second you try to speak out loud. And it has nothing to do with vocabulary or grammar. It's fear. And it's time to deal with it directly. You know the words, you know the patterns, and still your heart races the moment you try to speak. Your throat tightens. You hesitate, worried you'll say something wrong. Worried someone might laugh. Worried you'll sound foolish. This isn't really about confidence, it's about something deeper. Permission. No one ever told you clearly that mistakes are not a failure. They are a required step. The same way a baby must fall many times before walking steadily. Every fluent speaker you admire made thousands of mistakes before sounding natural. Not despite those mistakes, because of them. Here's a simple reframe that changes everything. Stop thinking of each sentence as a performance. Start thinking of it as a rep, like a single set at the gym. You don't judge yourself for one imperfect rep while lifting weights. You know progress comes from repeating the movement again and again, gaining strength slowly. Speaking English works exactly the same way. Each sentence you speak, even a clumsy one, is a rep. It's building your strength. It's training your mouth, your confidence, your brain, one small attempt at a time. There is no failed rep, only practice. The fear you feel isn't proof that something is wrong with you. It's simply proof that you were never told the truth. Mistakes were never the real problem. Your fear of them was. Now, with the words, the patterns, and this new freedom from fear, one question remains. What does real progress actually look like? And how soon can you expect to feel it? Let's be honest with each other. You won't wake up fluent in 7 days. No method can promise that, and anyone who does is lying to you. But something real does happen in the first week. Something you can actually feel, not just hope for. By day 2 or 3, using the loop each day, you'll notice something small but powerful. You hesitate slightly less. A word comes a little faster. By day 5, you might catch yourself finishing a full sentence out loud without stopping to translate first. A tiny moment, but one that didn't happen before. By day 7, many learners can speak 5 or more simple sentences about their day, their feelings, or their plans, using the sentence skeletons without freezing halfway through. These aren't dramatic transformations. They're small, honest wins. But small wins are exactly what proof looks like. Each one tells your brain, clearly and directly, this is working, keep going. This matters more than motivation ever could, because motivation fades, but proof stays with you. When you experience even one moment of speaking smoothly, without translating, without freezing, you stop needing to believe in the method. You start knowing it works because you felt it yourself. This is not a promise someone is asking you to trust blindly. It's something you can test, quietly, privately, starting today, and prove to yourself within one single week. With that proof waiting for you, only one thing is left: taking the first small action right now in the next 10 minutes. Let's remember what you now know. You don't need a teacher waiting somewhere far away. You don't need thousands of words crowding your memory. You need 500 honest words, a few reusable sentence patterns, and one simple daily loop. Hear it, say it, use it in your own life. You've already released the fear that used to stop you. You've already learned that mistakes are reps, not failures. You've already seen that real progress can be felt within a single week. Not someday, not eventually, but soon. Now here is your one clear action. In the next 10 minutes, choose 5 simple words from your day. Words like tired, want, work, happy, need. Say each one out loud. Then build one honest sentence with each about your real life, right now, without translating first. That's it. That's the beginning. You don't need permission from anyone else to start. You never did. Every confident English speaker you've ever admired once stood exactly where you're standing now. Unsure, a little afraid, but willing to speak anyway. So don't wait for someone to hand you fluency. Go build it yourself, one honest sentence at a time.